Yeah, because every time I'm in my store and I'm talking about music and stuff, people come in and go, "Oh, he's so great! This one's so great! Did you go to the here and go there?" I don't like to name any names. This guy's so great. Or you hear this guy on TV doing a commercial. This guy's so great, and you get a guy now. These guys that are so great. One chord, maybe a half a chord, maybe a chord and a quarter, maybe a C, an occasional D. They learned how to play the guitar. I could teach a baby. I could teach a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old to be as talented as this type of person. Now, you have your prodigies, don't get me wrong. Your child prodigies, they do exist out there. They're out there. But these ain't these cats that people are saying are so phenomenal and so great. They basically suck. They really are bad. There's like one or two guitar chords that they play. They sing like this. I went a baby in my mother's house. And I got hurt. And a baby died. And they think they're doing this heavy, heavy, heavy poetry and all this hip stuff. And they think they're so great. They're not the band. They think they're the band. They are not the band. None of these bands are the band. They're horrible imitations. There's no such thing as a great, great musician to me that knows one chord that I could get anybody off the street and teach him that one chord in about 2 seconds and have him go, I walked over and my heart was burning bad. No chord changes. There's absolutely no. There's no cats like John Legend would be a good example to tell you. John Legend, the guy has chord changes, he has melodies. John Mayer, they got 3 or 4 or 5. They put him down all the time. I mean, they got 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 bridges in one song, like Stevie Wonder. These cats today, somebody gave everybody an excuse today to get an acoustic guitar and do the same thing with 1 or 2 chords with an acoustic guitar, wear the right clothes, the right haircut. What is this, trust fund babies? Is this like, are these kids hedge fund kids, or what are these kids that are doing this stuff? I mean, John Legend, the guys, do you ever listen to his songs? I mean, listen to the melodies, listen to the chord change, listen to the bridges. These bridges are to die for. I mean, I don't even want, you know what I mean? Now, you got musicians in your life today that nobody even cares or gives a shit about. We had a guy in Saugerties, New York, who played in Woodstock, New York, 2 cats. One guy was from a famous band that played with everybody. His name was Cal David. Okay, I get so aggravated, I'm getting agita. His name was Cal David. This guy sang like a dreamboat. The guy was amazing. He's an amazing guitar player. The best guitar player you're ever going to hear in your entire life, okay? An amazing singer, the best rock voice anybody'd ever have in his entire life. The guy never did shit. Never went nowhere. Nobody even paid attention to him. Never even paid attention to him. Now, if this guy... I mean, he even had a good look. He even looked good. He even had great clothes. He had great shoes. He played. His band was amazing. But I don't know what goes on with this who knows who, this cock blocking thing that I did a video about cock blocking. But how did this guy ever get cock blocked? And somebody that I go on a commercial today, and I turn on a TV, and there's somebody singing about, oh, my dog died over the range, and go on to WF.com, and I'm a great musician. I mean, I just don't get it. There was a guy named Bobby Farris. This guy was, I can't even tell you how amazing this guy was, how amazing this guy Bobby Farris could sing. How amazing he still can sing. The guy's a genius, is Bobby Farris. A genius. He got overlooked too. Why? Because he wasn't in the hedge fund? He wasn't in the friggin' hedge fund club? Is that why? Because he didn't have the right money, the right people backing him, or the right cats that were going to let this guy do something with his life musically or whatever. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous to me how somebody could play music that is so lame and so bad and go so far. Of the lame musician playing 1 chord on the guitar. What about a horn player that has to study like a Chet Baker cat, or, you know, a couple of my friends that play horns? You know, you got You got Jay Collins who plays with Levon Helm's band. I mean, he's a genius. I mean, these guys are geniuses, the way they play these horns. I mean, you had Miles, you got all these kind of guys that play these horns. Like a guy like Jay, he'll study every day. He'll practice the horn. He'll practice that horn. Take him 30 years to get to how he can play. That's why he's so good right now. It took him 30 years. It took, Chet Baker, these other older generation guys, 40, 50 years to play so good right now. It didn't take him 5 minutes or 3 minutes. Like I can teach somebody how to play guitar and write a little piss-ass song in 2 minutes on a guitar, and you don't hear any raves about these guys. Nobody even cares about them. Nobody talks about it. I can't wait for a world sometime to turn around and why people think that rock and roll is the only music in the whole wide world. What about other styles? Other types of music. I mean, what happened to things other than just a guitar, an acoustic guitar with 3 chords? I mean, everybody thinks that that's the greatest thing in the world, and they're the greatest people in the world. They're the greatest thing that ever happened to music. But that's a genius, a guy that knows a half a chord, a kid that plays a chord. But to play a horn, like a guy like Jay Collins plays a horn today, if you ever go see the Levon Helm band at a Ramble or whatever, and you see the way he plays the horn, and I don't hear enough people raving about him, but I'll hear him raving about a couple of these lame bands that play, that anybody can do that.
All right, Can you just? I don't know. Yeah.
There's a bird stuck up there. I'm just looking. I don't know what's wrong with that bird up there. Somebody's telling me to watch my blood pressure in here, Kelly, because my blood pressure goes up sometime when I see people getting praised and other people struggling their whole lives to trying to do something that's appreciated.